All right, here's Suzzanne. Suzzanne Monk. You spell Suzzanne with 2 Z's?
Oh. My mother did that. That wasn't me. Look,
I put your name up. I put your name up again this morning on a video, and I spelled it wrong. So.
That's all right. That's all right, man.
So you're going to share about Proud Boys real quick on this May 1st?
Yeah, the note we got from the jury today was not a question. It was literally them presenting their schedules and conflicts for up to May 12th, which we can only interpret as a sign that they intend to be in the jury room deliberating for a number of days.
Wow, and it's already been several days. Yeah, they started deliberating like last Wednesday?
Yeah, they had a half day Wednesday, a full day Thursday, and a half day Friday. I didn't expect a verdict today, but I didn't necessarily expect for them to look at going all the way through the week and into May 12th.
Wow.
So that is a sign that either they are just digging through a huge amount of evidence and they feel that they have a lot of work to do, which is frankly great. I want them to look at the evidence.
Mm-hmm. This is all good news.
And it may very well be an indication that they are already becoming deadlocked, which we'll see. I think what it definitely says is that these jurors did not buy the government narrative. They are not taking that hook, line, and sinker, and they are actually doing their due diligence. And that is all we can expect from the judicial process. So,
amen.
It's a good sign. Keep praying for them because I think it's working.
So, a quick question then, clarification. For the Proud Boys, we have 5 individuals under deliberation, a group of 5 people?
A jury is 12.
I know the jury's 12, but I'm sorry.
Yes, they are deliberating 5 cases.
For 5 cases.
And that's part of, I think, what... but they had a similar thing in the Oath Keepers, and those juries went pretty quickly. One would think that when you're trying 5 different people and there are 10 charges that have to apply to 5 different people, that's 50 charges, technically.
Wow.
So one would think you'd go and go through that slowly. That hasn't happened in previous juries. I have to do a little digging around to see what's the longest deliberation we've seen in a J6 case, but who knows? If these attorneys and these defendants can beat the conspiracy charges, it will be a red letter day for J6ers, because that will be the beginning of the end of the government being able to use that charge to browbeat and incarcerate people who were merely exercising the First Amendment.
Wow.
So, reasonably good news.
I put up a video today of you just talking a couple minutes about being in these cases, fighting for J6ers for about 2 years now this month.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Pretty impressive. Have you actually come to this courthouse for about 2 years, or how long have you been coming?
No, I
here?
have not actually been coming to the courthouse. A lot of my work in the first year was working with, in any means we could, going to members of Congress, asking them to go see the detention center, and that's literally we held a press conference actually in May of 21 in Black Lives Matter Plaza, asking exactly that.
Wow.
It took a few months to get them to do it, but as history has shown, they did. And as history has also shown, that did have an impact. And, even folks on the inside will tell you that things have changed because of that. I just talked to Governor Gov.Yongkin's office today, actually, because we are working on getting that kind of oversight in all of the states that are holding January 6th defendants. Governor Youngkin, just last week or so, had donated his first quarter salary to a prison ministry, which I think is great, and I called to thank him for that, but I also called to let him know that individuals in the Alexandria Detention Center are not even allowed to have Bibles, and I asked his office to reach out to them and to go over there and to see what is going on with that facility, and his staffer was very intrigued to hear that and is certainly going to follow up on that. So I'll probably give him a call at the end of the week and see what's happened. But if you're in Virginia, or if you're not in Virginia, feel free to give Governor Gov.Yongkin a call and ask him to go to the Alexandria Detention Center and find out what's going on.
Wow. And share with us just real quick about what you're doing tomorrow at the up there at the Capitol, right up there. I'm sorry, on Friday.
Yeah, on Friday.
Capitol's right up there, right next to us.
Yeah,
here.
On Friday, my PAC, Patriot Action PAC, we're going to be meeting with Jim Jordan's office, and we're going to be asking him to subpoena people to have a hearing in front of the Judiciary Committee, in front of the Weaponization Committee. We want them to talk to January 6 defendants and defense attorneys to find out what's going on with these cases with regards to the legal abuses as well as the abuses going on in prison. And we're also going to give them a lot of information about what the FBI is doing, what the sedition hunters are doing, that corrupt relationship, because the FBI is working with known domestic terrorists who put Americans in jail.
That would be Ray Epps and others.
And well, that's another thing we're going to insist, that they bring the FBI in front of the Judiciary Committee and ask them two things. One, what is the relationship they have with the sedition hunters? But two, we want them to tell us how many confidential human sources were on the ground on January 6th. And we're going to keep pushing on them to do that until that meeting happens, because the truth needs to get out there. And I think the only thing that can really help these cases is illumination of these abuses, illumination of the facts. So we're going to see what we can do. They won't tell the attorneys how many confidential human sources were operating on January 6th. So maybe they'll tell Congress.
Wow, good job, dear.
One step at a time. Look, you don't have to be anybody special to be an activist. You just have to have a lot of passion and a lot of persistence.
And there's a lot of different places to be an activist: inside the courthouse, in Suzzanne's case, outside in mine, at the vigil, at your homes.
Yeah,
is the greatest place to be, as I always say, to be an activist for America, for your freedom, for the J6ers, for our Constitution, for our rights.
Yeah, listen, you can call Gov.Yongkin from everywhere. You can call your governor from anywhere.
That's
you can
right.
call your congressman or your senator from anywhere. And we're asking you to do that, asking them to do just like the congressman did here at the DC Detention Center. Ask them to go to these detention centers and see these conditions for themselves. That is the only thing that made any improvement in that facility for 31 years. That's what they'll tell you on the streets here in DC. Nothing changed for 31 years until we pressured them to go and see it. So you guys can do the exact same thing. And I can tell you right now, in addition to the political targeting that are going on with January 6th defendants, each one of these correctional facilities has grave problems for all inmates. And we are better than this as Americans. We do not have a country that should be abusing people and violating their human rights. It's a correctional facility, not a gulag, and that's what we need to make sure happens. So we as conservatives, as people who appreciate and respect the rule of law, need to make sure that our system is operating functionally, properly, and in line with our values.
Amen. Amen, sister.